What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Shades Tube, and thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight is Wednesday, January the 24th, 2024, and I'm glad to see you guys tonight. I hope you guys had a great day today at work. I definitely had a good day. I did not work today. I had some things to do, and I did them and just took the day off and stuff like that. So I had a pretty good day today, y'all. I really did. So tonight, y'all, we're going to be asking a question. Could you date or marry a stripper, call girl, or a woman who sells herself for money, for that cash? Can you date that type of woman? All right. And definitely can you marry that type? But before we start off with this live, guys, let's go ahead and do the things that we normally do every time I do a live. Let's go ahead and show some support by liking the video if you enjoyed this content. Also hitting the bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos, and by subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. All right, and thank you so much. So again, like, hit the bell, and subscribe. All right, so let's leave this one up here tonight so you guys can remember to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the Copyright Disclaimer Act. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research, and etc. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, will be in my comment area, and it's scrolling across that red banner right there where you see it at, okay? So anyway, tonight, guys, like I said, we're going to go over that topic. Could you date, marry a stripper, a call girl, or a prostitute? You know what I'm talking about, all right? And I had to put it up there like that because I don't think you can write that word up here on YouTube. I'm not sure. So I wanted to put it in a way so, they won't be tripping. And then I'm going to go over some breaking news with you guys. I'm actually going to do the breaking news real quick, and then I will go over the topic for about 30 minutes, and then we are going to get out of here, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Welcome to everybody in the bushes. Welcome to everybody who watches this in the replay. Let me go over here and check the comment area and see if I have any comments. No comments as of now. So, okay, so we're good. All right, let me see something. So let's go ahead and start off with this live, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the breaking news first, guys, because it'll be simpler and easier to do that first, and then we'll go over the topic and discuss that. So let's go ahead and do breaking news real quick, all right? Because I do have a few updates too. Y'all remember I told you guys about the young dude who was incarcerated, and I think he was getting ready to be released the same day that they found him not unalive, okay? So I'm going to give you guys an update on that. Let me turn this music down a little bit first, guys. Let me turn that music down a little bit. I'm going to give you guys an update on that first, all right? Get this up here. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so the guy I am referring to is hold on for a minute, let me get it. Is this dude, the dude who was in the Alabama prison or jail. Anyway, I think I have like 2 updates regarding this guy, okay? And I believe his family is thinking about if they didn't already file a lawsuit over this unaliving. Anyway, they did say the Alabama inmate who was RAPED tortured to the point of being unalive days before release was set up to be prey. Okay, so they're saying that they set this dude up. All right. Anyway, in this article that I got from Newsbreak, it says violence, sexual assaults. Y'all know when I say sexual, what I'm talking about, okay? It's SEXUAL. You just can't say that word. Well, I have said it a couple times on YouTube, but you don't want to say it too many times. Okay, well, anyway, those type of assaults happen in the dormitories, the cells, the recreation areas, in the infirmary, in the bathrooms and showers, at all hours of the day and night. This is according to a 2019 DOJ report found of Alabama prisons. And this is the same prisons, system that this young dude was in, the one that got assaulted, actually assaulted, RAPD, tortured, and all that stuff. What are dormitories? Are those in jail? What are dormitories? Are those like little rooms or something? Isn't it the same thing as a cell, though? Okay, I know what the recreation area is, and the infirmary is what is the infirmary? Is that like the kitchen, or is that like the place where they go get medical care? And where are the guards when these things are happening? Where are the guards? I thought they were supposed to patrol these areas. I thought they had cameras to see all of these areas, and things like that. How in the world are so many prisoners in the Alabama jails and prisons being RAPED assaulted and things like this? Anyway, Daniel Williams, a 22-year-old father of two young children, was supposed to come home to his family from an Alabama prison after completing a 1 year sentence for theft on November the 7th. And that's the dude I'm talking about, okay? Instead, his loved ones made a painful decision that day to take him off life support. They RAPED this dude so badly and torture him that he ended up being on life support. And I'm still asking the question, where were the guards? What happened to the cameras? Why didn't anyone see this? Why didn't anyone know that he was missing? They said this guy was kidnapped. How can you be kidnapped inside of a prison or jail without the guards, the warden, or anybody knowing? I thought they're supposed to check each inmate every single day, many times throughout the day. Don't they do some type of roll call or something like that in prisons? Anyway, 2 weeks prior, Williams' family says he was beaten and violently, RAPED, in an attack led by another inmate at Station Prison in Elmore County. And the thing about it, I be hearing, I had one particular person tell me that they don't be doing RAPE, um, you know, as in jail and prison. And I knew that could not be true because I have seen so many people who have been incarcerated, like especially on YouTube, and they tell you their experiences. And this one dude that I always watch, he had told about so many episodes of people coming in, guys coming in, and they actually RAPED, some of these dudes. And I remember this one story he was telling me about this. I guess he was a gang member or whatever the case is. Well, anyway, they got him, and they did him so brutal, it was ridiculous. So I know this stuff still happens in the prisons, in jails, and I mean that's just for real. This is for real. Anyway, they said what allegedly happened to Williams is an emblematic. It's emblematic of a broken system that often leaves young male inmates in Alabama set up to be prey for rampant external violence. A prison reform advocate familiar with the case tells the messenger, why is this lady calling me at damn 11:39 at night? I'm gonna be telling like I'm asleep. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Okay, I just let the phone ring because it's like 11:39 at night. Why do people call you late? I mean, just to talk on the phone and say, what are you doing? Anyway, Carla Crowder, the executive director of the Justice Focused nonprofit Alabama Appleseed, believes Williams' brutal unaliving was the result of a long-standing incompetence, understaffing, in the extreme lack of control in the dorms and in some of the cell blocks in Alabama prisons. In late October, Williams was found unresponsive on the bed of an inmate who had been involved in 9 instances of assault, including gang, RAPE, and stabbing since 2017. Crowder recently told the Alabama Prison Oversight Committee. The thing is why would they have somebody who was a thief in the same area, or even the same area where you got people who murder, do sexual assault, and all types of hardcore crimes? Why was he in there? He was just a petty thief. And why would they put him as a roommate of somebody like the person they had him roommating with? He was on the bed, unresponsive, with another inmate who was involved in 9 instances of sexual assault, gang RAPE, and stabbing since 2017. Why did they have this boy in there with this dude? Anyway, she believes that inmate she believes that that inmate is behind Williams being kidnapped inside the prison and then actually assaulted for days and left to die. In all the days they were doing this to this dude, you mean to tell me no guards, no cameras, or anything saw anything or heard anything? And why didn't they know he was not in the area where he's supposed to be at? He was gone. He was kidnapped inside of the prison. Anyway, prison officials initially told Williams' family his unaliving was the result of drug overdose. But his stepmother, Taylor Bostic, told the Alabama Political Reporter that when she and his father, Terry, went to see him, Williams was beaten and bruised up. She said you can tell where his hands were bound. I mean, you can tell it's obviously not a drug overdose. Williams' fiance said nurses at the hospital told her he had been beaten really bad and had bruises all down his arms, as well as cuts up and down and bruises on his legs, according to WVTM. When Terry Bostic asked why he was told his son overdosed when it seemed obvious that Williams had been attacked, station or Staten prison warden Joseph Headley told the family that the incident was under investigation, according to the Alabama Political Reporter. Anyway, Andrew Menifee, an attorney for Williams' family, said it's unclear whether investigation is ongoing or if it's moved forward at all. The Alabama Department of Corrections has not given Menifee an update, he said. The agency did not respond to the messenger's request for comments. An autopsy for Williams is still pending, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what that says. You know, it's a shame that they let this happen for real, for real. Um, anyway, they had in a testimony before the Alabama Prison Oversight Committee last month. Crowder cited Williams' case as an example of the lack of action taken to prevent violence against inmates. There is no record of Williams' suspected RAPIST and torturer ever been placed in segregation following any of the 9 previous incidents of violence, Crowder said. There was no disciplinary action by ADOC, she told legislators. There's very little investigation, transparency, or data collection when it comes to these cases, she told the messenger. The staffing is so low, and the people who still work in the prisons are just so worn out, overworked, overwhelmed, that if it takes the extra step of reporting something and doing paperwork, it's easier just to sit in your cubicle, Crowder explained. By neglecting the problem, you are setting these young men up to be preyed. That's what she told the ADOC. That is crazy, y'all. Anyway, they said extra abuse in Alabama prison is severe and widespread and is too often undetected or prevented by ADOC staff. They have had hundreds of reports. All right. They said we do not identify a single incident in which a correctional officer or other staff member observed or intervened to stop a actual assault. That's a damn shame. They said these type of attacks happen in dormitories, cells, obviously the recreation area, the infirmary, bathrooms, and showers at all hours of the day and night. Anyway, they said the result is a flagrant disregard for prisoners' right to be free from excessive and cruel punishment, according to the Damini report. Anyway, following Williams' death, the inmate accused in the fatal assault was moved to a higher security facility that also houses Alabama death row inmates, according to the Department of Correction website. He should have been somewhere like that in the first place. I'm trying to figure out why they had this dude in that daggone cell with this boy, okay, who only stole stuff. That's it. I don't understand why they put RAPIST, KILLERS. Anybody who do, crimes like that, they should not be in the same area and definitely not in the same cell. You know what I'm saying? With someone who just did like some thievery type stuff. He didn't have a GUN and do that type. So he was just stealing, and he was about to be released in a couple of days. And then, regardless how understaffed the prison is and how overworked they are, you still do your damn job. You still watch the cameras. You still patrol the damn prison to make sure everybody is safe and cool. How could an inmate disappear for days without anybody knowing? And what happened to the warden? Don't he walks around the prison to check it? I think these people are not doing their jobs. There's no excuse for this. It really isn't. They're not doing their jobs, okay? Regardless if they are low understaffed. Still do your damn job. That is crazy. And like they said, these type of criminals should be in restrictive custody away from other inmates that are not, doing, stuff like that. You don't put a petty thief in a cell with somebody who murders people or RAPE people or anything like that. That's crazy. I hope the family sue the shit out of them and win. I really do. And some people need to be fired, including that warden. And that's on everything. That's crazy. Let's see what else they're saying here. It's a lot of families who describe similar ongoing actual violence against their incarcerated loved ones in Alabama prisons. That's a damn shame. They really need to do something about that. That don't even make no sense. It really just doesn't. Because I know when people go to prison or jail, they shouldn't really be there. But, it is what it is. That doesn't mean, when you go to prison or jail, your rights are being taken and violated like that. And people don't, make sure you're safe, from people who do things like this incarcerated. And the thing about it, and that's why I also say they need to make tougher penalties as well to stop this type of behavior. You know, like I said, we know when you go to jail or prison, you have committed a crime, but that doesn't mean that you need to, be RAPED or assaulted or anything of that nature. You should be able to go to prison or jail and do your sentence and get your ass up out of there, point blank. Not be worried that somebody going to come and gang RAPE you and torture you and kidnap you in a damn prison. That's a damn shame, y'all. I feel sorry for that dude. Hey Ryan, thank you so much for coming in, short support. Y'all show Ryan some support. He's a gamer. Check him out and tell him to Shades Tube Subject, okay? Yeah, that's a damn shame. That's crazy as ever. Why would I mean? Was this even possible? You know, it's crazy. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Um, Somebody said Max Cat said, "Didn't anyone wonder where he was for days? I mean, they said he was kidnapped, right? Can't wrap my head around this one. Family needs to start a lawsuit. There's more to this than meets the eye." I say the same thing. I believe that they knew. I really do. I may be wrong, but I believe that they knew and they just didn't do any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Somebody said, and they found him on another inmate's bed. Weren't the guards doing their jobs, or were they in, or were they in on it? They probably got in on the RAPE. This is so disgusting. Okay, somebody else said not enough guards, and the ones they have can be bought off, and others so overworked they don't care. And the thing about, like I said, I understand that they overwork and things like that and tired, but you still got to do your job. If you don't want the damn job, then quit the job and let somebody else get it that will do it. You still do what's required of you, regardless if you are overworked. All right, point blank. If everybody had that same mentality, doctors would not be helping patients. Cashiers, people who work at car lots, people who lawyers. There's so many different people would just stop working or just not do the service efficiently or anything. You know what I'm saying? We would all just use that damn excuse. Even parents, we'd be overworked all the daggone time. We don't just stop doing what we need to do. Teachers are definitely overworked. You still do the best that you can. You don't sit your lazy ass down at your desk and just sit there because you're understaffed in a damn prison where you should be patrolling all the damn time and watching those inmates to make sure people are safe. People are not doing other things in prison or jail. So for me, there's no excuse. It just really isn't. Sherry said it's really messed up because the jailers knew what was going on. They probably were a part of it. Every dog has their day, praying for the family. That's crazy. One more comment. Buddy said this is gross injustice and so inhumane. It's just something that you can't imagine. He said, I hope his family sue the state of Alabama and assist the powers that be at the jail are fired and prosecuted, and the attackers spend the rest of their lives in solitary confinement. And then Nikki said maybe they ought to have cameras in prisons that the general public can view anytime. Maybe there would be less of this kind of thing going on. I never thought about that. That would be a good idea to have cameras in the prison. So, like, sometimes, like late at night, you can go on your computer, right? And you can go to different channels, and they have cameras showing of stores, of outside in different places. You can actually watch that. So why come they don't have cameras like that in the prisons? So if people want to sit there and watch that at night, they can do that. So if some people, everybody, some people get off on that type of stuff and won't call nobody, but you still got people out here that are decent. And if they see something crazy going on, they will contact, whatever, the police or whatever the case is. That's what they should do that. That sounds like a good idea. And then somebody else said it sounded like a good idea. They said they can't afford to have someone watch all the cameras, but American citizens will probably watch that stuff and catch a lot that goes on. I agree. You know, um, that's a good ass thing that this person thought about. They should start doing that and just have the cameras on, and people who be up late at night who can't sleep, they can be watching these cameras, checking it out. You got some decent people still left out here, like I said before, that will report the crime. Like if I'm bored or something and I watch and I see some crazy shit going on, of course I'm gonna report it. So that's a good idea this chick thought about. I never thought about that. Nikki, you did a good job, girl. Cameras in prisons that general public can view anytime. They should really try to think about doing that. That would be a great thing to do. You're right, Ryan. That is crazy. You are right about that. Um, Carl is not. He just Ryan, Carl don't never be in this live for real. He just keeps his the chat his computer up for my video and he be asleep. Okay. He don't really be sitting in front of that day going, this dude is asleep. But it's good because he still got my thing on. I'm still getting a watch hour, so I don't really care. I appreciate him doing that. But anyway, Barbara said everyone involved in this should be prosecuted, including the warden. The guards obviously knew what was happening. And I say the same thing, all of them. You know what I'm saying? And the dude who I don't know if they know, I think they do know who did it. I think, I'm not sure. But if they do know, that person definitely needs to he needs his ass whooped, really. For real, for real, for real. But I know they're not gonna do that. So he definitely needs to be placed in solitary confinement for some years. I mean, for some years, as long as they can possibly put him in there. All right, and of course, tack on some more years to his sentence, but definitely that solitary confinement. Not for no 2 weeks, not for no 3 weeks. I'm talking about some years. This boy was only what 20 something years old, or somewhere around that time. So give him some years in there, so he can think about his actions away from all the other inmates, so he won't be doing crazy shit like that ever again. That's what they need to do. They need to start making tougher penalties for these people in prison who like to still commit crimes. They really do. Anyway, as far as this guy family, I hope they do sue the Alabama prison system, period. And I hope they do try to get people held accountable for letting this happen to this dude. Because again, I'm gonna say he just was a petty thief. I don't give a damn what type of criminal he was. This type of stuff should just not be happening in the prison, point blank. For me, the guards were not doing their jobs. I don't feel like they really have a excuse for letting this happen. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have happened. The warden should not have let this happen. You know what I'm saying? Period. Everybody should have did their jobs. It doesn't matter how understaffed the prison is. It doesn't matter how overworked you are. Get another job if you don't want it. Point blank. Get your ass up and patrol what you need to patrol. Do your job and watch the damn cameras or whatever they have going on in there. And do your job and stop. Another thing they need to cut out is stop letting these guards be bought by damn inmates. You know what I'm saying? So they can be able to do certain things in prisons. Because, like, in certain prisons, they be buying, giving the guards money to get phones, to get extra shit, to have sex, to do all types of stuff. That shit need to be cut out. It really does. All of that shit need to be cut out. But anyway, my prayers are extending out to this dude's family and friends, his girlfriend, his 2 kids, and everything. It's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that if you are incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know you shouldn't be incarcerated. You should be a law-abiding citizen, but sometimes people just don't be that. It still doesn't give another person right to RAPE a person or assault a person or to do anything like that incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? While they're incarcerated, you should be able to do your sentence, your time, and get out of there. Point blank. This boy lost his whole life because of because of this dude and other dudes who did this to him. Somebody, let me just read this other comment right here. This dude, no one said he victimized somebody too. Let's not forget that he's a criminal also. But how can a grown man get RAPED is what I'm tripping on. Is he stupid? For real, for real. And this dude lives in Montgomery, Alabama. It's been plenty of stories of grown men getting RAPED and they're not even in prison. And it's easy to do it in prison because if you go in prison and you look feminine or you even some people who act like they hard and you got a group of dudes plotting and planning, they can just hold you down in the shower or wherever, especially if guards turn their eyes the other way, their head the other way. They can just hold the dude down and put something over his mouth. Let's keep it real. They can do just like they do women. They can a couple guys can get together, okay, put something over his mouth and do whatever they want to him. So I don't know why this dude said this stupid stuff. It's easy. And then somebody answered him and said, "Why don't you read it? Assaulted by a group. tied up, it happens. That's what I'm talking about. And then this dude came back. If he was tied up, why is it no suspects? Prison is no secluded with no privacy. And then he said, like I said, he was a girl like the rest of I've been there, done that, seen it all. He was a little girl. He was a girl. I don't care who justified what. Let me see what else he said. Okay, let's see. Somebody said if you have a bigger person or persons that catch you off guard and tie you up, yes, you can be RAPED. Critical thinking is essential here. And to think about it, let's just go with this right here. So even if he was acting like a girl in prison or doing whatever he was doing, it still don't give somebody the right to forcefully take something from you and to gain RAPED you. That's still no excuse to do that. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what he could have been doing in prison. I don't know if he was, nobody said that, but just say if he was, it still doesn't give a group of men the right to do what they did to him and to torture him. You know what I'm saying? And beat him until he was basically unconscious and then unalive. You still don't do this. So it doesn't matter what no one is talking about because you hear stories like that all the time where, people go in and they do this gang RAPED. And then these same men will get out of prison, act like they 100% straight and be straight up bisexual, but been in prison, gang RAPING another dude or having what with another dude. Shh. Hey, Iceman, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for coming in. Y'all check out Iceman, y'all. All right. He talks about a lot of different things, play music. He be chilling, vibing, and things like that. So check him out and vibe with him sometime and tell him that Shades to sent you. All right. Yeah, I had a pretty good day. What about you? Thank you, Iceman. Thank you so much. Y'all smash that like button. I always forget to tell people that many times throughout my, lives. But y'all smash that like button for me, okay? But that is crazy, man. Yeah, this no one. You can't tell him anything. He said he got white Southern brotherhood homies that ain't getting RAPD. He got caught up in a prison game. That's all. The COs would tell you that. It doesn't matter. Like I said, for you, it still doesn't give you the right to do this stuff to another person, period. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But anyway, again, my prayers are sending out to this young dude's family, friends, his kids, and his girlfriend, and hopefully justice will be served, upon the people who did this, who are responsible for this, and the people who allowed that to happen. Also, I hope that the family do what they need to do, you know, to at least, get these people to, pay for what they allowed to happen, point blank. I know that's right. I know that's right, Iceman. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and go to this next story real quick, y'all. So um, Rogan is still trying to get Cat Williams and all the comedians that Cat Williams was talking about to get together in a like I guess some type of roasting section or something like that, like a showdown or something. Let's see. Hold on, let me see what he's saying right here. But I'm not gonna read this whole thing. Let me just see. Okay. So he did definitely invite Cat Williams to join him on his podcast, emphasizing his, appreciation for the comedian. He said, "I love Cat," and he said he did that interview saying I would not have him on. I'm like, what are you talking about? I will have you on. Let's go anytime. Whenever you want to come by, call me. I would fire this place up 3 in the morning for you. I'll wake up. So okay, so I actually got that confused. Okay, so Joe Rogan is the one that Cat Williams was saying that he wouldn't have him on the show. So Joe Rogan now said he then said that he wanted Cat Williams to come on his show. Now the other comedian, I forgot his name, I can't remember his name. He's the one that said they need to all get together and do some type of roasting section on a I guess on a comedy show or something like that. Cat Williams, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and whoever else Cat Williams was talking about. I can't remember that comedian name who said that. I think Faison Love, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Joe Rogan invited Cat Williams, to come on his show after Cat Williams said all that stuff about him. All right. So that would be interesting to see if Cat Williams will actually, show up on his show. And a lot of people are saying he needs to, well, not a lot. Some people say he needs to go on Guy's show and double down. And some people said Joe not ready, LOL. And then somebody also called Joe an idiot. Let's see. And then somebody else said, LOL, I got Cat Williams lighting all them up. That's if he even went on that podcast, which he probably won't. Okay. And then somebody else said, Joe is thirsty for them views. Cat's too smart. He won't show up. So we will see if Cat Williams will show up. I don't know if he will or not. I can't say. I mean, you can't really say. It just depends if he's getting paid, how much the money is. I don't know. I don't know if he'll show up or not. Because he basically said that Joe gets all the no good comedians on his show. So he may not show up for real, for real. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next story. Let's see, what did you say? Let's see. I guess I'm behind in the street. Yeah, you probably are, because I was actually talking about the dude. I never talked about the topic yet. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I was talking about the dude who got RAPED gang, RAPED in prison, and then they beat him and tortured him and kidnapped him, and then obviously, they basically unalived him. That's what I was talking about. They definitely are. They're doing the most with Cat. Yep, you got that right. Let's see. I can believe. Yeah, he did. I know. I wish he'd do another interview so I can laugh. Did you see that thing, the parody on Saturday Night Live the other night? That was tripped out, man. That was funny as shit to me, man. That chick played Cat Williams' role so good. Damn, she sounded like him and everything. That was really funny to me, man. I was cracking up. They got all types of damn stuff about these prisoners. Okay, let me do a couple more news articles, and then we're gonna go into the topic because we already been on here for 38 minutes, and it is 12:09 a.m. over here, and I don't got too much longer. Let me go ahead and do this next one. So we just covered Cat Williams. So we're gonna be looking forward to see if Cat will go on Rogan's show or not. It's called the Joe Rogan Experience. We're gonna see if he's gonna actually go on that. Okay. And then we talked about the dude. No, that's another dude right here. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow so much. Okay, so we missed this. Now this came yesterday. I'm just gonna tell you about it real quick. It's too late now, but I wish I would have saw this yesterday. I didn't get this until tonight though. Anyway, Mr. Beast, the highest paid YouTuber, Mr. Beast, he was actually giving 10 people $25,000 a piece. Okay, if they followed him on X, formerly known as Twitter. And the reason why he was doing that is because he said he earned $250,000 on X. And so he just wanted to give 10 people $25,000 a piece. And he did that, I think, yesterday, because I got it this evening, and my daughter said it was too late. And when I read the article, it said that Mr. B Beast was going to do this in 24 hours. So I wish I would have saw this yesterday so I could have told you guys. And maybe you just never know. Maybe you would have been one of the people that he picked. Yeah, he said he was going to pick the winners in 72 hours. So that's 3 days, right? Because it's 24 hours in each day. So he started, well, you know what? You may can still join it. Okay, I misread this earlier. He said, I'm going to give 10 random people that repost this and follow me $25,000 for fun. He said he would pick the winners in 72 hours. So if you have X, which is Twitter, go ahead and follow Mr. Beast and repost this thing here. Look on his page on Twitter, which is X. Okay, let's make sure I wrote the right name. Yeah, BAST, because I be calling him Mr. Beats. You know, like he beats up this beast. Okay. But anyway, because it was just yesterday, so it's not 72 hours yet, so you can still do it. So you're gonna go on there and follow him, right? And then what he said, okay, hold on, let me make sure. He said repost this. So you need to go look at his page and repost this contest information, I guess, and follow him. And then when he pick the random people, you could be one of the people who can get $25,000. And it's just worth a try because you never know. You know what I'm saying? This dude has 234 million subscribers on YouTube. He is the highest, I believe he is the highest paid YouTuber. And his real name is Jimmy Donaldson. That is great, man. So what he was doing, he said on January the 15th, Mr. Beast said he would be testing out how much ad revenue one of his videos could earn on X. This came after months of X owner Elon Musk trying to woo him to the platform. They say Elon Musk previously stated creators on X earned $5 million in the first rollout of payments. Andrew Tate was one personality who said he earned a significant amount under the scheme. Anyway, Mr. Beast previously declined the invitation to post on X exclusively, citing better ad revenue on YouTube. So I guess he changed his mind and decided to give it a try with an old video titled $1 versus $1 million. No, $1 versus $100 million car, I guess. Anyway, he got 216 million views since being posted on YouTube for 4 months. And then on X, as of January the 23rd, it has been viewed 161 million times. So on January the 22nd, Mr. Beast revealed he made over $250,000 on his first X video. Now, mind you, he just told you how many views he got, and he only made $250,000. So when you hear these YouTubers get up here talking about they made all this damn money, getting damn well, they only had 5,000, 10,000, maybe 15,000 views. They lying. They lying. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, YouTube pays 18 cents per, I can't remember. Anyway, I had it a couple of weeks ago, and I told you guys how much I would have made off of that video I put up if I was monetized for the shorts. So getting down well, you got to have a lot of videos to make a real good check there. He had 161 million views, and he made $250,000 on that first video. And so that is the money he's giving out to 10 people, $25,000 a piece. So y'all go ahead and follow him. We post that posting that he tell you to post. Look at his little posters and stuff. He posts what he tell you to post. Follow him because you never know. You could be one of the people he picked randomly. Okay? And you can have that $25,000. And what would you do with that? You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot with it. I'm going to even do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. So he got a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to go into all this. You know, they don't be paying it like they should now. Let's see what some of these comments are saying real quick. Let's see. You could give double the amount of people. Just somebody said you could give double the amount of people, just 9,000, and help everyone avoid the federal government from taxing your winner to unalive and taking most of what you just gave them. But it's all a stunt anyway for just a little more clout. I don't think so. You know, he don't really have to give anybody anything. Yeah, you know, if he did drop it down a little bit smaller, he could give out more money to more people, but he's doing it the way he wants to. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is just do what he tell you to do, and maybe you'd be one of the people that chooses. Mr. Beast give money away all the time, and I'm not talking about a bit amount. Not talking about a little amount of money either. Him and Epic, I forgot that guy's what's his name. The Epic dude, he goes around and pay people rent and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of YouTubers that really are, doing some good work and trying to help people, regardless if they can claim it on taxes and get some of the money back or whatever case is. The point is that they still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And even if you have to pay a little tax on it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You still left with more than what you had. I don't know why people be tripping all the damn time. They didn't have 25,000 in the first place. Even if you have to pay a little tax on it, you still got more than you had before. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point? Let's see. Somebody said you could also stop telling someone else what to do with their money, but I doubt that's possible for you. He said that to the person who was saying he can give out lesser amount and help more people. You know what I'm saying? People do what they want to do. I don't know why people be saying these things, in comment sections. Damn. Somebody said he is a liar and a fake, and I'm over it. He represents a chance to improve lives, and I downloaded an app. He said for $1,000, and he never gave me shit. So I'm beginning to believe it's all scams and lies and fake posts to gain followers for personal gain. He hasn't improved my life, and he's always smiling like he's clowning my hurt. I used to like and appreciate him. Now I'm numb. Okay, so somebody else said the comment I was looking for because I know for a fact he's a liar and a scammer. He's not. It's just like any other damn contest. A lot of people are not going to win. Okay, most people are not going to win. Just like the lottery, just like at the casino, and any damn thing else that you do when you plan to win. Only some people will win. Certain people will win, and some people just won't. A lot of people won't. I mean, everything is basically a scam. The lottery, allegedly, casinos, allegedly, Mr. B's, allegedly. Anybody can be a scam. If you think that everybody's going to win, no, everybody's not going to win. Only a small amount of people are going to win, point blank. And somebody else said Mr. Beast is a kind but compassionate human being. Get it, Mr. Beast. Some people are mad because they can't never win anything. But like I said, you can't help everybody. They be jealous, and everybody's not gonna win. Okay, point blank. Just enter it. If you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. And if you don't want to do it because you think he's a scammer, then don't fucking do it. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? And that's on everything. Anyway, good luck to everybody. Not good luck, but blessings to all the people who do this. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, some of the people who really need to win. Point blank. That's all I can say. Yeah, they did to try to right. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story real quick, y'all. Um, so yeah, let me just tell you about this real quick. If you guys, then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the topic. So if you guys are taking this supplement, you need to stop. Okay, it's a very dangerous supplement, and that's why I'm telling you guys about it because it's very, very important to know this information. Anyway, the Federal Drug Administration has issued a warning against the use of an over the counter supplement that contains an antidepressant called, let me just write this up here so y'all can know, because the Lord knows I'm going to butcher this word. It's called this right here. Hold on, I'm going to put that up there for y'all to see. Let me make sure I spell it correctly. So this is a drug right here. This is an over-the-counter supplement that contains an antidepressant called thiam. I guess it's thiampatine. I don't know. And they are warning you against this because this drug allegedly causes, it has serious risk, including seizures, loss of consciousness, and unaliving. Okay? DEATH. All right? Anyway, Neptune's fixed brand products have been sold at gas stations, smoke shops, and convenience stores, and illegally online, according to a statement from the agency. They reportedly contain that word right up there, that ingredient, and the nickname for that is gas station heroin. Okay, and it's marketed under the names Coxil, which is COAXIL, and then Stablon, which is STABLON, and then of course the one Titanol, which is TATINOL. They said the drug is not approved for medical use in the U.S. and has been banned in at least 9 states. Anyway, Neptune Resources LLC elected to voluntarily recall its products, including Neptune's Fix Elixir, Neptune's Fix Extra Strength, Neptune's Fix Tablets, but the FDA stated Wednesday that it continues to receive severe adverse event reports after use of the products, including DEATHS. They say you should either throw this away or return it to the place that you bought the product at. Okay? So if you see Neptune's fixed products in there, do not take them or buy them. If you have them at home, don't use it. Take it back to the store. Period. All right? They say it does contain that ingredient right there, TIANEPTINE. All right. And the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has identified the use of TIANEPTIN as a public health risk. Okay, so gas station heroin. That's the nickname. They said people use this to improve brain function and treat anxiety, depression, pain, opiate use disorder, and other conditions. And I don't know why they are sending this here to the USA unless they can illegally get it here. I don't know. Because I see this for the countries across Europe, Asia, and Latin America. Okay, so they sending this to us too because they said the FDA does not approve or review the safety of dietary supplements in the US. Okay, so that's why they're giving us that warning too. Because I guess they can have it in some of the stores and gas stations in the USA under different names. I guess the names that I gave you, you know, and people can still get it here regardless. Okay, because the FDA don't approve or review the safety of dietary supplements. I guess the way they selling it here. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm just reading something. But anyway, it's recall, y'all. Just point blank. I don't even need to read this entire thing, but it's just recall. And what did it? Let's see. And they say if you need help with substance use disorder or mental health issues in the USA, call 800-662-4357. That number again is 800-662-4357. So I guess a lot of people, if they don't go to the doctor or whatever the case is, and get real antidepressant medication that's safe and everything, I guess some of them also buy that, you know, to treat that or whatever the case is. So they're telling you not to use that mess anymore because it can cause seizures. And what else did I say? Seizures, of course, unaliving, and something else. I forgot what else they said. Let's see if I can see it on here real quick. Oh yeah, they said you can buy this illegally online. Okay. So yeah, you can have seizures, loss of consciousness, and then DEATH. Okay, so that's why they're sending it to USA, because you can also buy it illegally online. And some of the fixed brand products have been sold at gas stations, smoke shops, and convenience stores. Okay, so that's why they have it here too. And they call it the gas station heroin. All right. And the ingredient TIANEPTINE is the ingredient that causes all of those adverse and severe side effects and things like that. Type, what did I call it before? Typetine, I guess, or something like that. Hmm. And they're marketed under the names Coaxil, which is COAXIL, and then Stablon, which is STABLON, and then Titano, which is TATINOL. Okay, so yeah, you got to watch out for all that stuff right there. And you probably can go to the FDA website and look up recall lists for this right here for medications, foods, and everything, and it will probably show up, because there's a lot of stuff. So they got the Neptune's Fix Elixir, which is ELIXIR, Neptune's Fix Extra Strength, and Neptune's Fix Tablets. I have never seen that a day of my life, but then again, I wasn't looking, so it's probably there. Okay, so there you go, y'all. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move into this topic for tonight, y'all. That's it for breaking news. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into this topic. Let me take this off. So just don't forget about that right there. So recall on that type of stuff. So if you see the Neptune's Fix Elixir, the Neptune's Extra Strength, and all that Neptune's product, just don't use it, okay? And anything that has this ingredient in it, just don't use it. Any type of antidepressant stuff that you buy over the counter at gas stations and stuff like that, just don't use it. Or you purchase online illegally, if you have anxiety or depression, just don't use it, okay? Because it can cause seizures. You can obviously DIE, or you can lose consciousness, point blank. And it can probably cause other things as well. So just, take it back to the store or just throw it away. All right, point blank. Now, we're going to go into the not breaking news, but topic time real quick and go over this topic. All right. Let's see here, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so let me get some water. Let me take a quick second break, and then we're going to come back because I'm getting sleepy, y'all. I'm messing up tonight. I'm doing bloopers. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Uh, 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 uh. What you doing tonight, little person? All right. All right, y'all. All right, I had to get these clothes. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Oh. It's 12:30. Got about 30 minutes. All right, guys. It is 12:30 a.m. here. We've been on here for an hour. An hour. We have about 30 more minutes left. So we are now going to go into this topic. All right. So I did ask a question. I said, could you date or marry a stripper, a call girl, or a woman who sells herself for money? All right. So let's go ahead and go over some definitions so we can know what we're talking about here tonight. So we all know what a stripper is, right? People who dance in clubs, it can be a man or a woman, but here tonight we're talking about women, okay? And they usually do it for pay or whatever the case is. They usually be partially, what do you call that? They usually have some clothing on at first, and then they basically, take them off, and do a little dance for you guys or girls or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to music or whatever. All right. And then you know what a call girl is? Somebody you call up for, you know, you know what you call them up for. All right, point blank. And you usually pay these women. And then you know what the other person is. It's a that basically um this woman gives herself up for cash. They're a little different than call girls, okay? I'm actually talking about prosta, you know what I'm talking about, where they sometimes stand on the corner. And in today's world, though, a lot of them pose on social media. Okay, I even heard that some pose as Lyft drivers. Let me stop, allegedly, or Uber drivers, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So they they pose a lot of times. They go undercover sometimes, but a lot of them, that do this type of work, they will sell themselves, you know, for money to whomever is buying. And sometimes they do, like I said, have jobs, whatever the case is, or pretend like they have jobs just to do their business. Okay. But anyway, the question is, could you date or marry someone that or that is into these type of professions? Okay. And I was looking it up online earlier today, and a lot of guys did say they could actually date a stripper. You know what I'm saying? An ex stripper. You know, as far as call girls and prostitutes, I'm gonna call them that. A lot of people say they couldn't. A lot of men said they couldn't. Because of the line of work they are into. But I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that for sure. If if they are being 100% honest, you know. Um, Let me go ahead and tell you about the people who talked about dating a stripper, the good and bad sides to it, and what others have to say about it. Okay, for like, let's go ahead and do this. Hold on, let me go down. So anyway, just like you wonder what happens when you date a CEO, people are asking what is it like to date a stripper. Anyway, strippers in theory, and according to pop culture, are said to have some sort of magical powers in bed, with the added benefits of a lap or pole dance before and after having X. Not only that, they seem to be considered as a trophy of sorts. I don't know why, but okay. The catch, however, is that no matter how impressive the idea of dating a stripper is, the reality is that not many people see it as a normal thing or even a respectful thing. Okay. All right, let's see here. So as we know, strippers make their living making you think they like you. All right. Most strippers have little more than contempt for their customers. And imagine how often they get hit on by guys that pay money and then think She really digs me. So a lot of men say that strippers can offer them heartbreak and complication at its best, okay, because of the games they like to play, and just because of what I just said, they will pretend to like you just for you to pay them, you know, when they're stripping at the club. Let's keep it real. I don't even understand why some of these men think these women like them for real. Anyway, it's a job, much like call girls and the other people. Why would you think these people really like you? You have rare occasions where the stripper may end up liking one of the customers, or a prostitute may end up liking one of her um, customers, or a call girl may end up liking one of her customers. But it's probably rare. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people are doing this for the money, and they will tell you almost anything because they are trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. I don't know why any dude would think that some of these people really dig them. I just don't. It's just a job. Anyway, one person in particular that I'm reading from said, not all strippers have hearts of gold, but there are those who are just doing it to pay their bills and day by day, get through their lives day by day. Yeah, some do it to get through college and things like that, but then some just, do it to make their money and, to take care of their bills. Um, and some do it for other reasons. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this one dude said he dated a stripper for several years, and he said his experience was that people reactions was mostly determined by gender and fell into four basic types. Number one, women who were not strippers themselves thought he was a disgusting loser and horrible person with no taste in women unless they got to know her, and then they were okay with it. Then he said, number two, women who were strippers tried to steal him away from his girlfriend. And he said that was hilarious. Okay, then number three, he said men who were in awe and thought I was some kind of genius for dating a stripper and were totally envious of the awesome porn sex they assumed that he was having. They weren't wrong about that because he said he was having all of that. And number four, men who were upset and agitated that he was dating a stripper because they were convinced he was breaking some kind of rule and cheat at relationships. Like they were angry at him because he was dating a cool, easygoing chick who didn't have hangups about sex and didn't find men sexuality threatening. Then he said, but yeah, the women who had an issue with it always started from the presumption that she was some kind of dim-witted ex ex lollipop or trollop who was one step above being a prostitute. And the guys who had an issue with it always had this weird mix of jealousy and outrage that he was breaking some unwritten rule that says you have to date frigid college girls who are deeply, um, sensitive about not sensitive, but deeply private about their sexuality and use sex as a weapon against men. Okay, so that's what he said about all of that because he said he dated a stripper. Anyway, in this article, a lot of people, the people that did date a stripper, a lot of them has good comments to say. However, you do have some that had bad things to say about dating a stripper. One person said, as a person who has had quite a few friends who dated strippers, he said he can say it was always like watching a slow motion train crash. And then somebody else said that I'm not sure how this played out for his friends, but I'm guessing that most of the strippers that dated that they dated were experiencing personal issues that reflected toward their partners. The sad part about this is that it had to happen in slow motion. And then number two, that another person said is that a lot of people have a misconception about strippers, thinking that they have amazing sex. And he said that's what he thought until he started having a relationship with one, and it's not always so amazing. And then another person said a lot of people mistake strippers for prostitutes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Probably because some of them are. Wow. Most of these beliefs, however, come from watching too many movies with stripper eye candy. X is X. It all depends on what you learn and how you plan to use that information, regardless of your occupation. Okay, another person said he dated a stripper. And he said, let me tell you, it wasn't all that fun. I still have scars on my arms from where she swiped at me with a broken glass. Guys who romance romanticize what it's like dating a stripper or a porn star usually have this preconceived notion that it's going to be all crazy parties with their hot friends and nonstop ex orgies. It's more along the lines of unresolved issues you get to deal with in a possible substance addiction. And then he also said those issues sometimes turn into violent outbursts. Okay, another person said they dated a stripper and never again went to a strip club and never will. He said they lived together back in the 90s. They had designer drugs, hardcore shit. He said he remembered very clearly that night as she cried in his arms about the men who would run their hand up her inner thigh, saying that she reminded them of their daughter. Wow. Hold on, let me turn this out. Okay. And then he went on to say, I remember the stories about cocaine and wasted dreams and biker gangs and worse. The almost edible underworld connections, how she and all the women she worked with would admit and discuss openly among themselves how what they did was a step away from prostitution and how many of them took that step. He said, I remember of all how she looked on the day I left her, the last time I ever saw her after she took that step herself. So a lot of people, had, I mean, they didn't say like, no, I mean, I guess some of it is really, really bad things that they were saying, especially when it comes to the drugs and the violent outbursts. But any woman could basically have a violent outburst. But I think the most baddest thing is the fact that you are dealing with a woman, that dances like that for a living, and you know that other men might be touching her, fantasizing about her. She may be doing lap dances and things like that. Those are the things that I think if I was a dude and I was dating a stripper, I would probably have a problem with that. And I honestly, after reading so much about it, I just think a lot of dudes don't like that side of it more than anything. The fact that she's, taking off her clothes in front of other men, and then possibly having these men maybe touching her, and you just never know. She could be doing other things, you know what I'm saying, for more money, you know, um, the lap dance, grinding on the dude and stuff like that. These are the things that I think would be hard for most men to relate to, if they're dating, especially marrying. Now, dating is a little bit different because sometimes people date people and they don't necessarily look at them as a future wife. They just date. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't even introduce these people to their parents or anything. They're just dating. But when it comes to marrying, it's pretty hard in that area because again, if you have a wife who is a stripper and you're not a stripper yourself, I think it would be a problem. You know what I'm saying? For a man to be basically thinking about his wife dancing naked in front of other men for money, and these men are like going crazy over her, possibly touching her. She may be doing lap dance, like I just said before. You know what I'm saying? And then some even do other things. So I think that would probably, for some guys, I think it would mess with them mentally. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's not into that type of business. A lot of times when people do have stripper wives and stuff, sometimes these dudes be into different things, or they may have a partner who may be open to, things. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't really care about all that. They may even be open to, what do you call that? Threesomes and swinging and things like that. You know, but I think it would be kind of hard, you know, um, for a man to accept his wife being a stripper. Point blank. I just really do. I don't know. I don't know how that would work, because a lot of people, that would probably make a lot of people feel some type of way to be a little insecure and everything. Just imagine your wife going to work at a strip club, taking her clothes off in front of many men. And just think if y'all have children or something like that. So yeah, that's why I kind of find that hard to, believe a lot of men would like that. You have some that don't care, but I just don't believe a lot would, want a woman who is, a wife who does stripping as a job. And certainly when it comes to the prostitution thing, you know what I'm talking about, and being a call girl. Um, when I looked that up, the numbers are definitely low on that. A lot of men are like, no, they could not date, certainly not marry a woman who is selling her body to other men or women for money like that or for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you got to look at disease factors. You have to look at the people that they are hooking up with and, the safety, all types of issues you have to look at. And a lot of people are just not going to be dealing with that because, again, you're going to create insecurities. You're going to make people think a lot. You're suscepting people to disease, getting hurt, just all types of things. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty hard, for a man to marry a person who is still stripping or being a call girl or a prostitute, point blank. Dating, like I said, people date people, and everybody you date, you're not looking for them to be your wife. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. Some people date people just for the moment, just to get what they need to get, But people who are looking for maybe a long term partner, the stripper thing, maybe they can date the stripper. It just depends on the person. But the call girl thing in the prostitute, I saw low numbers on that because most people are just not going to be into that, most men. Because again, remember, a man does not want to feel insecure or think that other men are, having X with their significant other. And certainly not doing it for money either, because then, you just paint a whole different picture for them. You know what I'm saying? And then just think if some of their clients pop up, it be some people that you may know. Even with the stripping, that's why, even with the stripping, if you got a girlfriend, she's a stripper, and you got some friends, right? And your homeboys or whatever the case is, go to the club that she's stripping at. Don't you think that would be kind of embarrassing? That would be kind of weird. Hey, Tony Vance, thank you so much for coming in. Y'all show Tony some support, okay? And tell him that Shay's Tube Sun. So as I was saying, when you find that tripped out, as a man, I think he would be feeling crazy too. You know what I'm saying? Because your friends would be seeing your significant other naked. And certainly if the person is selling their body, and just say if they end up doing it, setting up a date like that with one of your friends or your coworker or your relative. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I find it very hard to believe that most men would date, certainly not married, a woman who is prostituting herself or even being a call girl. Now, a call girl is a little different, in my opinion, than a prostitute. I mean, they basically the same though, but I mean, but it's a little different because call girls usually, um, in my opinion, some of these call girls be looking better, and they tend to take care of themselves better. They still be on drugs though. A lot of them still be taking drugs, but maybe not as bad as the prostitute themselves. And then call girls, are usually more private with what they do. You know what I'm saying? And more like, I don't really want to say more upper echelon or whatever the case is, but they usually just operate a little bit different than just regular prostitutes. Call girls, the ones that I've ever known, they would never like sell something for small amount of monies either. Like a prostitute would give it up for 20, 30, $40, $50, $60. Call girls be higher, more expensive. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that when it comes to marrying somebody, I don't feel like, after my research, I still see lower numbers for that because most men do not want a woman who is selling herself to other men or women, point blank, whether she is a call girl or a straight up prostitute. Because again, you're looking at safety, who is she with? What is this person going to do to her? You're looking at the fact that she could be hooking up with one of your relatives or um, co-workers or friends or whatever the case is, or somebody may see her. You know what I'm saying? So I find it very hard to believe that a lot of men would accept being married to someone, to a female who prostitutes or is a call girl, point blank. Because who wants somebody, let's keep it real, who wants somebody who sells herself to other men? Period. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, a lot of dudes are turned off if a woman tells them that they have many sexual partners. So imagine, you know, you being an prostitute or call girl, and you telling some dude that's your profession. Shit, I don't even know how you expect him to really, you know, want to date you, let alone marry you. Because first of all, he'll probably be embarrassed. Secondly, he'll probably think you're a WHORE, you know, and then he probably think you probably got something. Let's keep it real. I'm trying to talk nice tonight because I don't really want to offend anybody, but I'm just telling you the truth, you know. Because like even as a female, I don't want to date no dude that's out here selling his body to no women. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, shit, you could be hell, some of my relatives may see you or know. Then plus, what disease could you possibly have? And you doing everything with everybody and yeah, what have you not done? You know what I'm saying? And then you done had all these different partners and stuff, and it's just too risky. It's too complicated. It's just too much stress. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even date a dude like that, yet alone marry one. You know. And as far as a stripper, I couldn't even date a dude that strips. Let's keep it real. And being, because the thing is that I don't want my man dancing for all these different young women. Just like a man, a lot of men don't want, you know, like men who are trying to be serious. They don't want their women dancing for other men. They don't want other men looking at their women in that type of way. And then, like I said, a lot of strippers at these strip clubs go beyond just taking their clothes off. You know what I'm saying? They be doing the most. And so you at home thinking about what your wife is doing and thinking and wondering if she goes farther, regardless if she's telling you she's not going further. You just don't really know. And a lot of times you make these dudes insecure unless this dude don't really give a damn or if he's into the business or some other type of business that's similar himself. So like I said, I find it very hard to believe that, you know, a lot of dudes would actually marry a woman that strips or definitely being a call girl or prostitute. I mean, I don't understand why they would, honestly. The stripper thing, maybe more so than the prostitute or the call girl. You know what I'm saying? These are risky jobs. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You got drugs, people, a lot of these strippers, and definitely the prostitutes, and even call girls. A lot of them be on drugs, and then you got to wonder about um, people who they are working for, especially prostitutes, who they are working for, if the person will do anything to her or to you. It's a lot of stuff. Even the people that they go out with, you know, on these dates for money or whatever the case is, you got to wonder about these type of people. When you're in this type of profession and stuff like that, you're putting yourself at risk for so many different things. And, you know, and a lot of times when you meet a man, he does not want to be not bothered, but he don't really want that type of energy in his life. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of negative energy that comes into play when you're dealing with a partner who is selling herself for money. So for me, I mean, like I said, um, everything that I looked up, I can honestly understand why the numbers are what they are. Okay, because there's so much negative things that can come from, you know, having a job as a prostitute or a call girl or even a stripper. Now let's go ahead and see what else we see on that subject real quick. Hold on, y'all. It's almost time for me to get off. Let me see. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on, let me do the what's the percentage. Let's see. Let's see. You can't even really, like I said, it's so damn low. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, look at this. A lot of people just not going to do it. Okay, you even got somebody asking, how many men will be willing to marry a good hearted prostitute in order to give her a new chance of life? Okay, let's see what these people are saying. If she gives up that profession, now some men are saying that they may consider marrying a call girl or a prostitute if she gives that up and they can possibly give her a better life. But I still, it's going to have to be a very special dude though, because even if a guy says that, okay, I understand that you sold your body for a living, I just honestly feel like somewhere down the road, especially if you guys get mad at each other, he's going to bring that up and use it against you. Yeah, I don't believe some of these men in this article. Now, this one woman said, as a woman and a ex-worker, these are the things she said. She said, I do not need a man to save me. I do not need a man to change me. I do not need a man who pities me. I do not need a man who judges me. I do not need a man who patronizes me. I do not need a man who sees me as inferior. I do not need a man who thinks they can dictate to me. I do not need a man who gives me conditional love. Let's see what else she said. I do not need a man who disapproves of me. I do not need a man who silences me. I do not need a man who disregards me. I do not need a man who disrespects me. Okay. So this one woman is just voicing her opinion on that. But again, let me get back to what I was saying. I don't know. Okay, this one dude said he would marry a sex worker if we got along and she wanted to marry me. A good heart is a bonus, although if she has heart problems, it's hardly a deal breaker, though hopefully they would be the treatable kind. However, no matter how much I like them, I don't let people cheat at board games. Okay, let's see. So, okay, somebody else said it's better to marry a prostitute rather than marry a woman who slept around with many men in the name of love, freedom, and fun. That's stupid. Okay, and I say it's stupid because it doesn't matter. I mean, he said he would. It's better to marry a prostitute rather than marry a woman who slept around with many men in the name of love, freedom, and fun. Listen, the thing is that it doesn't matter why this woman slept with many people. The thing is the fact that she's sleeping with a lot of people, which is putting you at more risk of catching something, okay, and putting you in other risk, at other risk, like somebody coming back effing you up or something like that. I don't care. I mean, that's crazy. It doesn't matter, you know, if you having a bunch of sex, regardless if you are a prostitute or not, or you just a chick who just like to who been with a bunch of people. For me, it still raises the same concerns. It raises the same concerns. Let's see. And a lot of people saying a good hearted. I mean, please, let's see. Okay, this one dude said he married a prostitute. He said he was a customer. He fell in love with her in the first sight and even more after the first deal. He said, I got her contact and kept texting her. Skip some bullshit in between. 1 month later, I feel I need to make a decision, leave her in with her. So I told her my feeling. She with me 10 years now and 2 kids. It's not easy to pick a choice like this, but I could tell why a man could marry a so-called WHORE or dirty woman. This dude right here can't even write correctly. Okay, so I don't even know what he just said. I mean, I really do, but I'm just saying, I really don't. You know, I don't like the way he said, but I could tell why a man could marry a so-called whore or dirty woman, but he married this woman. So that's what he thought of her at first, that she was a dirty woman in a WHRE. But after I guess he felt like after he got her out of the profession and got her mind straight, and she's not like that anymore. This is just weird. Okay, let me see, man. That don't even make no sense. First of all, if I was her, I couldn't even date him or marry him because he already said that he thinks all prostitutes are dirty. And he also said basically they are WHORES. So I'm trying to figure out deep down inside, do he really still think this? Or like if he get mad or anything, do he think this about his wife? But he did say they've been together for 10 years. They have 2 kids. Um, and he said that I think he said they were doing good. But he married her. I think he said he married her 1 month later as well. And now this was 4 years ago. when he put this online. I wonder if they're still together, because now they would be together for 14 years. This is crazy, man. Let me see what people said to him. This is kind of weird. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Continue. Let's see if they got the rest of the story. That just stops right there. Very strange. Yeah, I wish he would have went into more details. Um, I don't know. Like I said, some people do, because I said the numbers are low, but some do people do, if they meet a chick and she happened to be in that profession, and they end up falling in love with her, whatever the case is, they will marry her. But I really want to know. Um, I wish I could find out. I wish they would elaborate more on their relationship, like now, and talk about the problems that they had, or if they had any problems within their relationship because their partner was a prostitute or a call girl. you know because even when you are in a relationship, and you say the person just has a just a regular job, you tend to have little problems, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people bring up stuff that you tell them. So I just don't see it. I just see some of these men bringing up this line of profession, especially when they get mad or something like that. I wish they would just talk about their relationships a little bit more in detail, and I don't see that with a lot of these articles. A lot of these comments in this section. It's like everybody trying to act like it's perfect when in reality, I don't know. Let's see. You got to continue. Okay, here we go. So this person right here just wrote this about a year ago. He said, "My wife is a prostitute. She was when we first met. She was a single mom and only 22 years old. I am 15 years older than her. I never paid her for X, but we hit it off and eventually slept together. Long story short, we separated and we both cleaned up our act. So he must have had some things going on too. We got back in touch a year later. We hit it off and got married and had 2 more kids. She was a stay at home mom. I have a high paying job and was able to support a nice lifestyle. After 6 years, we split up. 2 years later, we back together. She never worked this whole time. However, I found out recently that she went back to being a higher end escort, which is a call girl basically, $400 to $500 an hour. Might sound like a lot, but she would only see 5 to 6 men a week. She hid this from me for 18 months. Like I said, I make a decent amount of money, so I didn't notice a significant change in her spending. Looking back, I should have. It's not the prostituting that bothers me as much as the huge amount of deceit and lying. We split up, but go back and forth with each other. We have this crazy attraction. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. I could live with the prostituting. What I can't live with is the lie. I guess that's what he meant to write. If I were to answer what it's like to live or be married to a prostitute, I would say that my partner was able to compartmentalize what she was doing at work and didn't have that big of an effect of, on our relationship. However, once she started lying to me, she started forming relationship with some of the men that she saw. Now that I know the ex is great, but I'm always curious as to what she is really up to, if she's telling me the truth on everything. And it's very hard to have any type of relationship without honesty and trust. Let me stop right here. But the thing about it, how could he think that he's going to have honesty and trust with someone who is still prostituting? She's a high end escort, call girl. How could you think that you're going to have trust with this type of person? Anyway, he said, but we find ourselves in this toxic back and forth relationship. I wonder what it would be like if she would have been honest with me from the start before she started prostituting again. I've seen some of the comments that people made about the money, and how great things must be actually. But remember, this is my wife. This is the mother of my children. This is the person that I trust most of my life. And for her to be able to be that intimate with other men without me knowing shit out of me. Okay. First of all, I believe this dude is insecure. That's just on everything. And he did say he has some issues. So that's another thing. Um, and how could he be comfortable with knowing that his wife, if she would have told him that she was back to doing that? How can you honestly be in bed with your significant other and you know that other men, many other men, be doing things with her for money? I don't understand that. That's weird to me. And then he said they break up, get back together, break up, get back together. You know what I'm saying? He don't know if he can trust her, if she's being honest. And he said that he'd be wondering, like I said, what she be doing to these other men. I don't know. Like I said, it may be fine for some people if the woman just stops doing it all together, you know what I'm saying, and just, focus on doing something else, you know, versus going back to that lifestyle. And maybe if she met a certain type of dude, he may can basically put that behind them and start anew, you know. Maybe that does happen for some, but for the most part, I don't know. I don't know if this type of relationship will work if you have a wife that is being like a call girl or prostitute or high level escort or whatever you want to call it. Basically selling herself for money to men and to women too if they want to buy it. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's just kind of strange. I don't know how somebody could basically marry someone that does this. Like I said, if they did it formally, I mean, I still would have a problem with it, but some men might not. According to the statistics that I'm looking at, some men don't. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe they can put it behind them if she's not still doing this type of work. But if she's still doing this type of work, I don't see how this relationship will basically last unless he's doing something similar. You know what I'm saying? If he's in the industry or if he just don't give a shit and he has many different women himself, he might not care. Or if they're like poor as ever, you know what I'm saying? He just want money. He don't really care for her. He might not care. But I just don't see it, y'all. I just really, truly don't. Okay, somebody else said, unfortunately, I have experienced here too. Marriage or relationship doesn't matter. Based on my experience, when you enter into any type of arrangement with a current or former prostitute, you have to realize they are capable of anything. When a person uses their body in such a way, they usually have hit a rock bottom. And I have learned that a person at this level, no matter what their stated intentions, can lie and deceive like nobody's business. Let me see. They may be the best mother, have the best intentions for your marriage, but they have the ability to lie beyond all recognition. STDs and mental conditions will prevail amongst this crowd as well. I live with HSB2 because my prostitute promised she wouldn't do bareback. But when the dollars were right, my life did not matter, and she lied for months about it. The woman of my dreams had no qualms with putting my health in jeopardy. Think twice. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, the safety is my primary issue with that. Because again, people will say they're using prophylactics and don't. Some men will not use it. And even when they do use those things, if they're doing any type of the oral stuff, you can catch so many things that way. And even if he does her, and she doesn't do him, if he kisses all over her and stuff, you can still transmit that. So for me, I find it very, very weird that a dude could accept being married or even dating on a serious tip, dating period, a woman who sells her body to men for money, point blank. I find it very unbelievable almost. You have to really have, for me, I just think you really have some issues yourself and some low self-esteem, because I just don't see it. It's just, if I was dating a dude and he told me that he was a male prostitute, I just couldn't do it. I would just have to end it, because I'm like, I would be like thinking, what is he doing with these women, and is he doing anything with men? I would be thinking just so many things. You know what I'm saying? It would just present a lot of problems. It really would. So I find it crazy. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know, like I said, if you met a woman, if a man met a woman, and she was one, and she stopped doing it, and she done had every test, and she just don't do it again, maybe. It just depends. You have to really meet the type of man that just is open to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Open to the fact that you may have made a serious mistake doing something like this, or um, you had to do it because you needed money, and he's just all forgiving. You know what I'm saying? And he can honestly believe that you won't do it again. I just don't see it. And on most of these stories that I'm reading are basically saying the same thing that this dude right here just said. Now the other dude that I read his story, he basically said they are having a good life, but I don't believe that 100%. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I thought I read in there that he said he hope is she is not lying or something. I can't remember. It's just a lot of, dating someone that prostitutes themselves, whether they be an escort or call girl. I just find it difficult. I really do. I just see a lot of future problems. You know what I'm saying? I just really do. It's hard with a female and male they just have regular jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. So imagine if your significant other, the woman you are with, is a former prostitute or call girl or escort or whatever that sells her body, or she may be still doing it. How do you guys do it? You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand that. So this one lady says she is a prostitute. She laughed and said, "It's funny to read because I hardly ever refer to myself as that. Anyway, I'm educated, beautiful, successful, happy. Of course, I cannot speak for all. Hell, that would be BS. Point is, I have a very normal life, accept me or not. But if you want to know about marriage, well, get married. Okay, mine is great. My job is just a job. Any fellow WHORE can tell you we don't give a shit about the customer. We are only there to provide. Sometimes it's not even physically, mostly emotional, but S is usually a major part. Worry more about whether the lady is using protection or not. Find one that can guarantee you they will. Other than that, it's pretty damn normal. I cook, I clean, I pleasure my husband, and I'm a hell of a parent. But mama is a rolling stone. I'm a ex addict, and there's no denying it. I love a good high. I'm so normal though. I guarantee F&T you that there's other wives out there cheating on their husbands, partners for no other reason than a good time. Me, I'm effing in love with my man and my life, but duty calls. Most people would never understand, and I should save the material for my own profit. Ha ha ha. Anyway, marry the damn girl if you see fit. If not, let her go. Just like dudes, girls are out there. I happen to be an honest wild card that likes to type, but other girls, maybe your girl, she's sucking and effing for free on girls' night in some random hotel apartment alley. I'm happy. I'm living and I'm in love, but I am not perfect, though honest. Good luck. But bottom line, life is 100% normal, maybe better than others. Okay. So this is what this lady said, who is married and she is a prostitute. Okay. I know it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy. And this lady right here talking about she's so happy. She may be, because she says she's a sex addict. But still, she say a lot of women be effing men in alleys and things like that. Yeah, some probably do, but not all. Okay, and still, she said, what did she say? She said she she's not in love with these dudes and nothing like that. It's just a job. But the thing about it, it doesn't matter if you're in love with them or not. You're letting other men, okay, touch all over you, put their lips all over you in private areas. You're getting all their DNA in you. Yours is in theirs. You know what I'm saying? Your saliva, even if you don't kiss him, he may kiss you on your neck or whatever. I just don't get it, y'all. She can't convince me here. All right, point blank. Look, I remember when I was doing Lyft a couple of years ago. I told you that before, right before CV19. Okay, I think that was the last ride that I took. The dude who was talking to me from UK, when he got out of the car, he leaned up and he kissed me on my cheek. Okay, and got out the car and told me I was a real nice looking lady and sweet and all this other stuff. And he gave me a kiss. I didn't even know he was going to do it. Child, I cleaned my face off with a baby wipe and that it wasn't even a baby wipe. I used the antibacterial wipe on my face, which I never usually do, because I was like, I know his lips being. Now, the reason why I said this is because how in the hell, I came back and told my soon-to-be ex about it, and he was like, yuck. Okay, so imagine if you have a wife and she's a prostitute or a call girl or a high-end escort, and many men are kissing her, not unexpectedly or randomly. She's making appointments with these people, maybe 2, 3 at a night. So that's what? Just say 2 a night is what? And you do this 5 days a week. That's 10 different dudes. And then you're going to come home and get with your husband, and he's kissing on you. He's doing all these things. And you're talking about because you use a prophylactic and you don't care about the dude. It's just a job. Well, pick a different type of job, because this job right here comes with a lot of risk. You know what I'm saying? Mental risk and physical risk. Okay, so to me, I'm glad that she's doing good, but it's just something that I just couldn't do. And I definitely, if I was a man, I just know I could not accept a woman that does this. Because as a woman, I don't want a man that's selling his body to other women. Okay? I don't care how much money we need. Pick another profession. Go get 2 jobs. That's crazy. I remember we were struggling in ATL. And they had a job listed in the newspaper about a lingerie model. And I was looking at the position. I'm thinking naive, just thinking you put on lingerie and model, And my soon-to-be ex was like, no, you can't do no job like that, because if you put on lingerie and you're modeling in front of people, look, normal men are going to get excited, and then eventually somebody going to want to touch you or asking you for something. This is a no, And all I'm saying is that I don't care how much money you need, how much hard time you have, or how much riches you want. I don't just think you should be selling your body to get money. I just really don't, because you put yourself in all types of predicaments. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you can't tell me that you don't start feeling a little empty inside. You start feeling less of yourself. You can't tell me, you can't convince me that people who do this don't have those thoughts at times because of what they're doing. And then what about the dudes who treat you like a piece of shit? Who may want to slap you around or may force themselves on you or things like that. Or what about when you have to do stuff with some unattractive dude that's all fat, old, you know what I'm saying? Just weirdos. I don't understand how they do it. And I just can't understand any dude who would want to be married to a woman that is prostituting herself, or being an escort or a call girl. It's just, to me, you lack some type of you have self-esteem issues going on, for real. And like I said, maybe if you are a ex-worker, or you're in the that type of industry, maybe those type of people can accept a woman that does this. Other than that, I just don't see it. I just really don't. I don't care how many people say it's cool for them, they like doing it. I just do not see it. And and these statistics say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as a stripper, more people are willing to date and marry a stripper versus a woman who's prostituting herself. Point blank. You know, because you do have some strippers who don't sell their bodies or do anything. All they do is get up there and strip. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They're not even on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Even though if I was a man, I don't know if I could accept, a woman that does this either, because again, I'm thinking about all the men who are looking at her body and wanting her, craving her, and things like that. I wouldn't be able to be comfortable with that. Just like I wouldn't want a man who is a male stripper, because I'm thinking about all the women who are fantasizing, doing the most, just doing too much, touching him. He's taking off his clothes or whatever the case is. They put money down his G string or whatever, just doing too much. He doing, how they be simulating SCX and stuff. Hell no. We couldn't date. We definitely couldn't marry. No. So for me, it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna knock people who marry strippers or people who choose to marry women that are former prostitutes or may still be doing it. I'm not gonna knock them. I'm just saying for me, it just wouldn't be for me. You know what I'm saying? And from what I just read and what I researched, majority of men said it wouldn't be for them as well. It takes a really special person to marry a woman who sells her body to other people, period. Okay? And that's just on everything. So in the comment section, if you are watching this video in the replay or whatever the case is, I want you to tell me, if you are a dude, even if you are a woman, could you marry, first of all, could you date a man or a woman who is a stripper or exotic dancer? That's the first question. The second question is, could you could you marry a woman or a man who is a prostitute or a high-end escort or a call girl or call man? Could you marry this type of person? And just, if you want to, just answer that in the comment section. I'm probably going to also put that on my community board, because I'm just curious to find out how many people could actually, marry someone that sells themselves, period, or strips for a living. Okay. And I think that's going to be it, because this topic can go on and on and on, and I can't be here all night talking about this topic. Let's see. And see, you got this guy right here saying, I found out that my girlfriend used to be a prostitute when she was a student. Should I stay with her? And then you got somebody else says, is it possible for a man to marry a prostitute? And does it work? Let's see what they're saying here. Well, somebody else is talking about a different country, so we're not going to look at these people over in Thailand. Okay, because anything goes in certain places. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this person right here asks, is it possible for a prostitute to find a husband? Of course it's possible. That's not the question that we're asking here. We're asking, could you marry a person who sells themselves? It's always somebody out there, that can do this. It doesn't mean that everybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Somebody said they are an escort, and they are happily living with their boyfriend for more than 5 years. Most people think escorts cheat on their husbands or boyfriend. We F others, but it doesn't mean we cheat on loved ones. They are two different things. They actually aren't. That's where you're wrong at. Okay, it's not different. Okay, maybe when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's a little different, but when you're married, it's called adultery. Okay. Anyway, he said, my boyfriend respects my profession and desires. How I became an escort is a different story, but my boyfriend never talks bad about me. That's good. And both of us are actually active too. All is well within our lives. What do you mean both of us are actually active? If they are together, then of course they would be that. Anyway, she says, so I feel husbands who respect their wife's desires is a guy who is mature and he is a real gentleman. Okay. Girl, you crazy as hell. What are you talking about? You just said both of us are actually active too. If you're together, I'm sure you are, unless you mean that he's doing something like that too as well. That's crazy, man. Okay. Oh my God, these people are disgusting. Listen, this lady said I worked as an escort for from 18 at a university and kept on mostly full time until I was 30. I married my second husband when I was 27 and he knew, and I still do the odd client. He does not mind. In fact, I entertain some of his business clients sometimes. Okay. All right, these people are weird. But anyway, y'all, like I said before, you do have some that can marry um, women who are prostitutes, call girls, high-end escorts or escorts. Okay. However, the percentage is lower. You know what I'm saying? Than men who just marry, women with normal. I'm just gonna say with regular jobs, point blank, because again, a lot of problems can arise from being married or even dating someone who sells herself for whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of problems like insecurities, um, physical problems, thinking about diseases, people coming to do something to you, um, thinking about if the person is being honest, can you really trust them? Just so many different issues, you know, just a lot of different issues, so that's my take on all of that. As far as the stripping thing, a lot of people can date a stripper, but again, the numbers for marrying a stripper is lower. you know Again, a lot of people just don't want other men groping and staring at their women and her undressing in front of them and dancing, and grinding and doing lap dances and things like that. It can raise a lot of insecurities. It can make a person be uncomfortable, just all sorts of issues, and then once again, you got to wonder if your stripper girlfriend or wife is doing anything sexually with these people, you know or doing private dances and private meetings and all this other stuff that comes with it, you know. So again, when you look at the numbers, the statistics and stuff, it just shows that a smaller amount of people will marry women who are selling themselves, or or date women who are stripping or even marrying strippers, point blank. Same thing for dating people who sell their bodies. The numbers are very low. All right, guys. Goodness, there's a whole bunch of articles on this. I can't even believe all these articles. But again, we can't go over all these articles. But y'all need to look at it sometimes. Just type it into Google and stuff and read all of that stuff. You'll be fascinated. You'll be fascinated to look at all of these people replies and what some of these people say. There's a lot of people that have some decent things to say about it, and at the same thing is a lot of people who have bad things to say about it. So again, if you're interested in the subject, just look it up on Google and you'll see a lot of articles on it. All right. Other than that, guys, we are getting ready to get out of here. Of course, it's 2 hours now, 2 hours and 4 minutes, and it's 1:34 a.m. over here on the West Coast. So it's time for me to go ahead and take my shower real quick and get ready for bed. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I want to say thank you to Carl is here for coming by, showing support. I also want to say thank you to Ryan for coming by, showing support. Y'all check out Ryan and show him some love. Again, he's a gamer. Also check out Iceman and show him some love. He talks about a lot of different things, y'all. Plus, he be vibing at nighttime, playing music and things like that. Thank you, Iceman, for showing support here. Nightbot always doing his job. Also, let's see who else. Tony Bands, thank you so much for coming by, showing support, hon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Y'all go show Tony some love and tell him that Shades Tube son, yeah, as well. All right. And thanks to everybody in the bushes and everybody that's watching us in the replay. Y'all, excuse my bloopers tonight. Y'all, I think you can tell that I was kind of tired, that I am kind of tired tonight. So excuse my little bloopers tonight. Sometimes I have really good times when I, good times when I do my lives. And then sometimes, y'all, it'd be good at first. And then I just started going the other way because I started getting tired and stuff. I'm going to try to start doing these lives a little bit earlier, though. But sometimes I can't do them earlier because I'll be having a lot of stuff to do. And then we're working and stuff. It just be hard to get in here and do a live early. All right. But I will try sometimes to do them early. I may do one tomorrow early after I do my taxes if I can. All right. Other than that, guys, y'all have a good night. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Check out my shorts, y'all. Also, check out my other videos. If you are into shopping hauls, check that side of my channel out because I do be putting up a lot of videos. Also, share those videos for me, too. I don't know why YouTube don't show my videos all the damn time. It's so annoying, but hopefully one day they will. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can share them, too, as well to help out. All right, and also do the thumbs up because that definitely helps out with the algorithm. All right, y'all, if you want to show additional support to this channel, you can do that by doing the Cash App to $ShadesTube. All donations are used to better this channel. Other than that, y'all have a good night, have a blessed night, and also have a blessed Thursday. Have a good work day, and I'll see you guys in my next live. All right, and tomorrow night, guys, we will go over some more breaking news. I think I got a couple updates. I didn't give them to you tonight, but I will give those updates to you tomorrow. And tomorrow I may do the topic on child support if I have everything together. Or either I may do the people online who got murked. I don't know if I'm going to do that this week or either next week, but I may try to do it sometime before this week is over. All right? Other than that, have a good night, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, and good night. Let's put this one up here for now. Let's see. Where is it at? Hold on. Let's see. Where is it at, y'all? I can't never find my daggone messages. Here it is right here. Wait, here it is right here, y'all. There you go. Good night, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.